A major setback today. Experts who've been studying the plan say it would be too expensive to run the railway an extra 7 miles from Gromont. It comes as a bitter disappointment for the North Yorkshire Moors Railway Trust, who administer the famous line. We have this report now from Steve Sutton.
The railway is one of the North's top tourist attractions, carrying almost 500,000 people this year. It rekindles memories of the days when all engines were steam-powered, but when Beeching swung his infamous axe in 1965, it closed down. 8 years later, in the hands of enthusiasts, it reopened to passengers. The line runs 18 miles between Pickering and Gromont. At the moment, passengers wishing to continue to Whitby catch a normal British Rail connection at Gromont. But a year ago, North Yorkshire County Council, Scarborough and Ryde Councils and the Rural Development Commission asked consultants to explore the possibilities of extending the Moors Railway to Whitby an extra 7 miles. Today, those consultants reported such an extension was not financially viable. Two possibilities were looked at: relaying a second track to run alongside the existing British Rail one, at a cost of £2 million, too expensive. A second option, to share with British Rail the existing track, not viable in financial or operational terms, say the consultants.
We now know exactly the facts about extending the services to Whitby. And while in 1988 it may not be feasible, it may well be in 3 or 4 years' time, or even slightly longer, that it does become a feasible proposition. And certainly the view of the local authority today was that the door firmly needs to be kept open.
Whitby has lost, of course, first the input of more visitors. It's lost the kudos, which we would get as something especially for the region. And it's lost in jobs too, because it is a depressed area with a high rate of unemployment. And we'd already prepared by having the platform earmarked in a new development which is going up there shortly.
I always am optimistic in my hopes and aspirations, but as a businessman and one who has to control a very tight financial situation, I have grave doubts as to the feasibility for as extending, but we must remain hopeful, and this is an excellent feasibility study, given us a lot of information that we haven't had in the past, and a good base to work forward if there are ways of finding capital or grants to get us there.
The councillors will now report back to the various committees the findings of the consultants. No one is ruling out the possibility of the railway ever extending to Whitby, but for the moment it's extremely